Okay, we are here with another Dokkan Battle video. In this one, we are taking a look at the 55% Metal Rildo, or Hyper Rildo, whatever you want to call him. And I'm actually very disappointed in this guy's link set specifically, because I was like, you know, I could bring, like, the actual Metal Rildo. Like, he's going to be terrible and bad and hold the team back, but it can help me, like, see this guy at his full power, you know? They share so few links, you know, like, they share, like, GT and I think, like, one other link, but, like, their link set does not match up at all. And this guy, Hyper Rildo, does not have big bad bosses, which is just a kick in the dick, if you ask me. I don't know why they didn't give him big bad bosses. I don't know why him being Metal Rildo is like what like dictates if he has it or not, but like it was so stupid. It was so annoying. Okay, let's look at this. Let's see how I want to do this. I do want to get Baby off of this team and over on with Rildo. Now the main reason I'm running this team currently, I also need to turn this down. Good lord, it's blowing my eardrums out. The main reason I wanted to blow the artificial lifeform team is because I don't have Omega Shenron. At the time, and even now, he was a complete and total waste of orbs. So if you spend, like, orbs on him, I mean, Dragon Stones, I'm so sorry. He was not worth it at all. He's just... Ooh? Oh! One of the few times I've ever gotten this. Let's go! He's just, like, so not worth it at all. Again, I've talked about it before, but, like, if he was the exact same, but change it from GT bosses to Extreme... Incredible unit. So powerful. He would have been so good. He would have been, like, such a huge buff to so many villains. But instead, they decided to make him exclusive to GT bosses. One of, if not, like, the worst team in the game. Probably not the worst team in the game, considering they actually have about 200%. Whereas some stuff like Peppy Gals, I believe, still doesn't. But, like, he's not good, alright? He's just not a good unit. So, like, honestly, Artificial Lifeforms, this, Gamma 1 team was, like, the best bet I had. Especially if I actually wanted to get him with, like, other, like, extreme AGL units of, like, decent power. Because there are a lot of those, because lol extreme units, you know what I mean? Also, they'd run a little test of this. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we got this rotation. Because, spoiler alert, when Baby is on rotation with Rildo, he's up to, like, an 11 million attack stat. Rildo gives him a 2 million to his attack stat. That's crazy. Oh. And I also do like the Super Boo. I do like this guy a decent bit. I just wish that, like, I don't know, if they, like, just... It's the tale as old of time when it comes to Dokkan just not being, like, the best, is that they tend to just not release units to help out their units. You know what I mean? They just don't know how to balance teams at all. And now I will say, he does, like, start off, like... What's his defense stat? His defense stat... Whoa. That's weird. Because this guy isn't on... Is he on his 200% lead? No, he's not. But he has, like, the highest, like, start of turn defense stat for, like, any of these guys. That's kind of crazy. All right, let's just go ahead and go like this. Basically 9 AGL key spheres. And he's up to 330k. Which is, like, that's, like, fine, I guess. But that is also just so many orbs to dump into one unit for just 330k defense. And he does, oh, 4.9. His stats seem, like, a bit higher than the others are naturally. Like, Tien and Gohan were around, like, 250-ish with, like, 8 or 9 key spheres. So it's, like, he's getting a lot, and, like, with, like, not even a 4 million attack stat. So he just seems, like, have, like, higher stats than the other ones do, even though his stats don't look any higher. And he didn't have any links that are activated, so it doesn't really make sense on that front. And I am also going to off-rotate the Cell, just because I want to have Baby with big bad bosses and Metal Rildo's support, just to see, like, how strong he can get. Because Baby is one of these stronger extreme AGL units in the game, which is pretty sad, because he does not hold up at all. Like, at all. Like, he greatly raises his stats on, like, super attack and everything, but that only puts him around, like, the 500k range in terms of defense, so most things will still blow him away. He can deal decent damage and stuff. He's just, I don't know. When he came out, I thought he was, like, kind of gas. Oh my gosh, twice in one game, let's go. But then after, like, actually using him and seeing his numbers, I'm like, oh, he's kind of not it, Chief. He kind of ain't it. Also, I don't think I'm going to make a video for the Cell Jr. and the 16. I might, maybe. If you guys want one, let me know, and I'll make one on them. But, like, I do think that they're both pretty solid units, especially for the fact that he is raising his attack and defense for one turn, like, every time he's launching a super, and he launches so many. Like, look at this. One more. No. Oh, we got unlucky. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, no, like, they're just... Extreme AGL just kind of sucks. I did think about bringing Super 17, just because I do think he holds up well. He probably share a couple of links with him. What was the reason I didn't? I had a reason that I didn't. Is he on Artificial Lifeforms, actually? I think that might be the reason I didn't. It was because that's like the main team that we can run with Rildo outside of GT bosses. I think also his stats are lower now. That's weird. Why are his stats lower now that he actually has like links active? Because before he was at 72 and now he's at 61. That's weird. But yeah, no, I just don't think that Super 17 is on Artificial Lifeforms. Oh, no, he is. I don't know why I didn't bring him. Granted, they won't share many links. I think they'd share, what, Shocking Speed. Let's just double check if he actually has that. He should just be just a bit lower. Hang on. Yeah, he does. Okay, so he does share that. And he does share GT. But that's all that they'd share. So it's not like it would change that much. It would just give him, like, what? One more link right now. Which, yeah, I guess it is a defense link, but it's not, like, the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, but I don't understand why his stats are lower now. Am I missing something? I'm actually trying to think. He wasn't on rotation with Cell Jr. because Cell Jr. supports. He was on rotation with one of the Gammas earlier. Was he not? I don't know. Hang on. Let me. I'm actually genuinely so confused about this. No, I'm not seeing anything that's like, oh, he gets like a tiny itty bitty bit of baby defense at the start, like turn 1. I don't know. What links do you have active right now? So Thirst for Conquest, Women Forces. Okay, so Baby has 5 links active. And again, only 263, and he doesn't really get anything on Super outside of this. So it's just like, Baby is kind of not that great. He's not that great. And like, 9th anniversary power creep was just absurd. I genuinely don't like it. I have complained about this a couple times, but the power creep in this game moves too fast. The fact that it's only been 2 anniversaries since the 7th, which I was fine with the 7th basically being like kind of a soft reset for the game, but the fact that we've basically gone through another soft reset of the game is just like, I don't like it at all. 14 million though. I'll take that. I'll take, especially because I like a great or a high chance of being a crit too. Look at that. Look at that. I just wish that the Baby had something. Like, if he just had, like, 50% defense at, like, the start of turn. I mean, not at the start of turn, but on super attack and his passive skill. That's, like, all I need, basically. And I am just going to go like this, just in case. How do we play this? Oh, yes, let's just do this. And then go like this. I want to get a lot of these AGL key spheres down here for Rildo. While also, like, leaving a couple, like, you know, if the STR or the physical change into AGL key spheres, then Metal Rildo is going to be eaten pretty nice. And again, my goals for these, like, fights aren't really to win. It's mostly just, like, you know, show off the unit, show off, like, how strong they make the other units around them. So, like, you guys saw that, like, from having Legendary Power active and Rildo on rotation and activating the links with Rildo and Super Boo, Baby, like, jumped up 6 million in terms of his attack stats. Like, that's pretty good. And this Metal Rildo does have, like, one of the better super attack effects for these guys, where he at least raises his defense, greatly raises for 1 turn. So he's obviously a lot better than the Gohan. He's a lot better than the TN, way better than the TN. It's just, like, the only thing that, like, makes me hesitant to actually put him above them on, like, the tier list is the fact that he doesn't have any categories. He has 3 total teams, none of them good. None of them are good at all. That's why, like, honestly, I wanted for April Fool's Day this year, instead of it being Topo, who I'm like, I think Topo deserves a Dokkan Fest. I actually do really, really like Topo, and this is not a great turn. Yeah, no, 61k. I'm so confused. We're just going to go ahead and go like this and get the 5 key spheres. Bada bing, let's check. He's at 180. This is going to go pretty bad, and Baby's not even at 300k. He's at 290. That's pretty terrible, but the Cell, though... The Cell is at 350, and I think he gets 100% attack and defense when he's super... No, 50% when he's at supering. So he's going to, like, from that alone, he's going to jump up to, like, what, like... 550 something around there? Like, it does quick mental math. I think he's going to get around, like, 175k. So, yeah, no. So it'd probably be, like, 540, along with raising his attack and defense from his super, along with the fact that he multi-attacks. Like, I don't know. That Cell is gonna be doing pretty good numbers with this Rildo on rotation if we make it to him. That's the main issue. Is I wanted those two to be linked up. But we kind of got screwed on like the orbs. If like the physical or STR had like changed, he would be eating so much better right now, but he just didn't. But yeah, no, again, he does greatly raise defense for one turn on Super, which is pretty good. Again, if you just greatly stacked, you know, if you just greatly stacked defense, maybe gave like a little extra support, I don't know. But yeah, no, again, ooh, 7.3, let's go. I also didn't see Baby's attack stat. I wasn't paying attention. Gosh darn it. You know, it's fine. I'll have it like be emphasized on the screen for anyone who wants to see that. Granted, I do prefer when people like call out the attack and defense stats, just because like I tend to listen to Dokkan videos. I don't tend to really watch them too much. It's again more of just like I kind of watch it in the background. And Super Boo hasn't had like any build up time, so I'm just gonna go like this, and we're just gonna go like that really quick. And let's just go like this, and then we're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna go like this. Get as many of these orbs down here for Rildo as possible. There we go, Super Boo. Let's go. But you know, I do think that like Topo deserved a Dokkan Fest, and he is one of my like more liked characters from Super. I don't know. For me, like a big issue I have with Super is I think that the characters they introduce are like not unmemorable, just like not very like compelling. You know, like I do love like my Universe 6 Saiyans. I do like those guys. I do enjoy like good Goku Black. I actually really do like Granola. I think Granola, like even though his arc's a bit weak, like his story arc, I think as terms of a character, I do like him a lot. But like Topo, I think Topo's good. He just doesn't like do it for like the hype factor with me. Outside of being the God of Destruction part, that part's pretty hype. But like he's obviously I think a way better antagonist than Jiren ever was. Jiren, gross, icky, sticky, get out of me. So I don't know. For some reason, Topo just doesn't like. I thought I'd be excited. He was one of those ones that I was like always like, oh, I really want a Topo Dokkan Fest. It'd go so hot. Oh my gosh. He's back. Oh, it's because of Gamma 2. I forgot that Gamma 1 and 2 do support. And also, I did realize I called this one Gamma 2. Gamma 1 gives off the defense support. Okay, that makes so much sense. Oh, gosh. Okay, so 11 key spheres, 3 of them rainbow. Yeah, okay, so we're dying if he supers here, but that's fine, I guess. We've seen what he does. It's fine. But, like, for me, again, I'm super okay with Topo getting a Dokkan Fest, and I do plan for it to summon for him, especially because, like, of all the Gotenks EZAs that have come out and been, like, super good. Yeah, no, we're super dead. But I would have preferred if we got, like, an AGL Metal Rildo Dokkan Fest. Like, yeah, he'd be, like, bad. But I think you could also try to introduce, like, a new category with him. Something that could, like, give the other Rildos and, like, GT characters more categories to work with, you know? Give him, like, a good, actual, like, GT boss lead, essentially. Like, make him, like, really busted. Like, basically, if you made the Topo, but just made it Rildo instead, essentially, you know? Like, just give a super busted lead for it, yada yada, all that kind of shenanigans. I would have liked that a lot, and it would have given this Rildo and all the other GT characters, like, a big chance. And I don't think we're gonna get, like, a Metal Rildo Dokkan Fest outside of something like the April Fool's Dokkan Fest, essentially. Like, I don't know. Like, the sort of Raditz... No, that wasn't the Raditz slot. Raditz came, like, right after the anniversary, I'm pretty sure, on JP. I don't exactly remember. But he you know, he's like one of those like super low tier hype ones. So I'm like, I don't expect him to get one anytime soon, but I think he could actually be like good for the game, essentially. And it would help that Rildo out a lot if he had someone who could activate a lot of those links with. If he had a team where he could actually like a good team around him, I think he could be good. Obviously, I do think if you buffed up his super attack effect to just be greatly raises in general, not for just one turn, he'd be a lot better. But he is also, I didn't talk about this throughout the actual fight, so I'll just talk about it here really quick before we end. He's definitely one where his links would buff him up a lot. Like, he's getting... I think we can get him up 5% more attack and defense for Thirst for Conquest. We can get him up to 7% with Shattering the Limit, I believe. 7% with GT. Like, he had, like, 3 links active with Baby at all times. And all of those are, like, good links. I think it was Shocking Speed he had with Baby, too. All of those are, like, decent defense links. And Thirst for Conquest is a decent attack link. So, like, he would be probably, like let's say, like, start of turn, I don't know, like, 80k, which would then help him get up to, like, around, like, that 300, 350 range a lot easier, and then he greatly raises for the one turn. It's still not good enough to survive content nowadays, even, like, in this meta of, like, this red zone, not good enough, but obviously if you have, like, you know, a dupe or two into him, like, he could be, like, he could be strong. He wouldn't be great. So he's, like, still, like, I think he's, like, in the TN and Gohan tier. He's technically better than they are. He just has less teams and supports less, like, good units, you know? So sort of like the people around him put him on Gohan and Tien's level along with his low amount of teams, whereas Tien and Gohan just have way more teams than him and support way better units than he does. So Rildo on his own a little bit better. Like if Gohan and Tien are like D tier, he's like a soft C tier, but I think his teams and lack of units he actually supports puts him in that D tier. But yeah, with all that being said, I'll see all ya beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye. My eye is going wild.